Bruh. Check, 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 check. All right. What's up, Bar Chats? I'm Jay.
I'm Deuce.
And we're Bar Chats. Hey. So, this episode is a fun one. Let me go ahead and finagle this. I've finagled. And we're moving forward. Okay, so the reason why this episode is going to be interesting is because it has nothing to do with beer, liquor. Well, actually, it does. It does. It does.
We'll definitely talk about that.
Yes, we are going to definitely talk about that. But this one is actually going to cover something Deuce and I went to go see. That me personally, it was actually very interesting and very it low-key kind of changed my life, but there's a reason why. Okay, so we're talking about Cages. So Cages is a show. I'm gonna go ahead and for those that are watching on the YouTube, I'm gonna switch this over to where you could see the IG on the Instagram. There, if you scan the QR code on our right, that is actually our link tree that will take you to all of our links. So that's not part of the show. That's actually a part of us. I should probably move that out the way. Let me go ahead and just move this right here. Fucking disappeared. Like,
all the way on the left. Like in
like here?
Like inside, yeah.
Right there?
Something like that, yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright. Preferdo. So yes, we're talking about Cages. For those that don't know what Cages is, it's a musical in the heart of downtown Los Angeles. It's a very, very interesting musical. I want to say that the experience is different, but let's go ahead and go from the beginning.
Let's do it.
So, Deuce, what did you think of The Wait?
Oh, it's great.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have a problem with it.
I didn't have a problem with The Wait either. You walk in, what do you see?
You walk in, you have a library, basically.
Yeah.
This lady walks you in. She's in character. She's staring at you very intensely. Looks pretty real. It's like, are you part of the show, or should I move away? And she's waiting on a cue or something to happen. She looks around. She looks to the side of the bookcase, and she opens a door, actually. When she opens that door, you go into a much, much bigger room, and you see this amazing area where they have all of the liquor. Beautiful design. They also show the image cages and rain and lightning and all these things being projected directly into the bar area. Everybody's in character. They all have their cages mask on, and they have cocktails based on emotions.
So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the reason why emotions. So Cages is a musical based off of a society that emotions are forbidden.
Mm-hmm.
and your heart is literally inside a cage. So in the first room Deuce was talking about, the lady that was there, did you see the mirror by any chance?
Yep.
So when you're looking at it, some stuff happens in the mirror. We're not gonna go ahead and give it away, but pay attention to detail. Everything is very, very, very detailed. Everything there has a meaning. Everything that happens there is meaningful. Even the music playing in the background. But yes, the story is that it's all based off of emotions. So, do you want to talk about the emotions now, or should we tackle that at the end?
We can talk about the emotion now.
Okay, perfect. So,
yeah.
The emotions that we tried were despair, lust, right?
Despair, lust,
and had sadness.
Desire.
Oh yeah, desire.
Anger are the ones that we tried.
Right. Sadness as well, and I was disappointed. It made me sad. The drink literally made me sad. It made me sad because it could have been better. Yes, it could have been better. But it was very boozy.
Yes.
It was extremely boozy. It was more of like a one and done, but it's a cocktail, so I wasn't expecting that. I was hoping for it to be a little bit more on the more on the interesting type of side, but it was interesting in the sense that they put a radish inside my gin.
Yeah, that was odd but amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It definitely was a very unique thing. I did ask a few people there how do they feel about the drinks, and it seemed like it was a common consensus that it was very very boozy. It was just boozy. They just did it. They did not give a fuck. They were just pouring liquor.
They're like, hey, I'm getting fucked up.
You're definitely getting your money's worth in alcohol. I don't know about taste though.
Not at all. But not for the taste.
No, but I do think that the concepts were amazing. The concepts of the drinks.
The concepts were great.
Yes. So having those emotions, and it was pretty cool. They set you up in divisions, and not to ruin it too much, but the whole point is to get you fucked up to watch an execution. So
yeah, so like they're gonna put you in divisions, to kind of set this up. So this is kind of a spoiler. So if you are listening or watching this, yes, we're spoiling it somewhat. If you like to be surprised, go ahead and pause this now. Go watch the show Cages, because we definitely think it's an A++++++.
Yes.
However, what we're going to talk about is going to tell you everything. We about to go all in. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. So I'll give you a couple of seconds. 2 seconds.
I'll go ahead for the visual.
1 second.
We'll do the be right back.
Okay, so yeah, so when you walk in, right, so you're looking at the bar area. We definitely wanted to be a little intoxicated, because we already know we're gonna watch something crazy. Here's some great music. The bass is amazing. It's a great theater. Very dungeonous type vibe, and everybody's in character. Like I said, there's people walking around, no emotion, looking at you crazy. This one dude just kept looking at me and saying, looks like you can't tackle your emotions. Let me remind you of what happens. And then he gives me this flyer basically showing the gentleman Wolf about to be hung. He's like, let this be a reminder for those who can't take care of their emotions, right? So we look at the thing called The Chemist, which is the emotional mixology, right? So Love is what was the one they recommended. I actually wanted to get that. Looks amazing.
Yeah.
The people I spoke to that got it, they're like, no, it's not that great. So okay, cool. Oh, Lust. Oh my gosh, looks amazing. No, not that great. Desire, what I had, my desire actually was decent. I like booze though, so I need a little more booze for me personally. So it wasn't enough booze. That was my issue with it. It was actually okay. Sadness, not that great. We can't even say not that great. That's just like.
All right, so here, let me add to this. So I had 2 of them.
Yeah, man, I don't know how you did that, bro.
In the middle of the first one, the taste started going away, but I was already buzzed.
Right.
So
it's booze. If you were just trying to get fucked up, sadness, and if you can drink gin, which is not me, that's the one you want to get. If you just like, I just want to get trashed, get one of those, not 2, unless you can handle it. Because when I say boozy, I mean just like taking gin straight to the head.
So
no chase.
So I was telling Deuce's wife that it feels like I'm drinking an alcoholic's tears.
Oh man.
Because it was insane. It was insane.
I did take a taste of it. It wasn't terrible, but it's kind of like when we were at Brewery X, where I was like, this seltzer's not terrible. It's just too strong for a person to drink a whole glass of it. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't mint you
it's
up,
more of a like, oh, would you like a sip of this?
Right.
Before I mix it in something, or have a chaser for you, so you can actually drink it.
Right.
But no, that's just you take it as is, right? So that was that. Grief was another one. Anybody get grief?
No. I wanted to get it, but I wasn't.
You
ended
up not getting it. Okay. Despair was one.
I wanted to try grief and fear.
Did I do that? I think I did despair too. Actually, I did. I did do despair. Mr. Black, Appleton Estate, Jamaican Rum, Cruising, Black, Strap, Fellernum, Vegan Whip, and Dark Cacao. That was decent. Everything was decent that I had. Anger was actually good though. I actually liked Anger. I did try that one. $19 a pop.
Yeah.
So if you are going there and you don't want to spend $19 a pop, we recommend a pregame. Old school. Have a couple drinks in the trunk. Go ahead and fill up. Because you're gonna be waiting outside anyway. Oh yeah, by the way, if it says 6:45, you're gonna be waiting to see the show all the way standing for at least an hour.
Yes.
So I'm just letting you know right now. And if you come early because of not wanting to pay for a valet, because they do have valet, you can do that. But again, you're gonna be standing until the show starts. You're not sitting down at all. So I'm just letting you know. So let me tell you that now. But I would definitely go ahead and probably do a pregame before you get there. Still get one of the drinks and try it. But you're not probably going to be getting 10 of these drinks, bro, because it's 20 a pop. I'm just letting you know. But you can request other stuff, rum and coke. If you know of a drink that you want to have.
They have absinthe.
You can actually have them do that, and they'll go ahead and do it. Yeah. And I think I said all of Fear was the other one that they had for the drinks.
Yeah. So and it's cool. You're in this. They do have a VIP section. It's just smaller, more intimate. Mm-hmm. They have something in there called the Tree of Forgotten Memories.
VIP section, $130. $85 for general. Like I said, I'm giving it all away, man. So you will know. $85 for general, which is a much bigger area. And then you got the VIP section, much smaller because there's this huge tree in the middle of the VIP area. Not as much room.
Which you could actually go in later.
Yeah, and you can go in there later anyway.
They might stop that because we're talking about it.
I'm just letting you know. But I'm just saying, like, 85 to 130, you are paying a lot more.
Yeah.
VIP, they go in first. That's basically just the front row. Honestly, now that I've done this, I'm going to sit in the back.
Yeah, actually.
Because the back was just like, you could sit anywhere. They're like, wherever you want to sit. I would have sat in the middle so I can, because the show's mainly in the middle most of the time, so I can see everything. Sitting on the side's great. If you sit on the side, sit on those plush chairs. You're actually going to be a little bit higher than everyone else. So if you're shorter, that's the chairs you want to sit on. Or all the way in the back. All the way in the back, those chairs are a little bit raised too. So I'm just letting you know. You either want to sit all the way in the front or all the way in the back. our very side on the elevated chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's everything there. There's actually a bunch of stuff to talk about as far as the show. One thing I want to let you guys know is that a lot of it's black and white.
Yes.
You do get some 3D elements of there, which I really love.
You get a lot of 3D element.
Yeah.
A lot. So expect to be mind blown right out the jump.
Yeah.
And what you see isn't really there, but is there, if that makes any sense. Like,
yeah.
It's the
No,
silhouette.
100%
It's a silhouette of something that is there, like physically there. Like you could go there and touch it,
right,
and then bam, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking magic trick.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man.
It's amazing. It's super fucking good.
I loved when like he's actually there, like we see him, he's standing there, and then like a lightning hits or something, and he's literally gone, and then he's on the other side.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if there's a trap door at the bottom or he just runs really fast and we don't hear him, but I thought that was amazing. He did that a few times, and I'm like that's why I was being quiet, because I'm like in my mind I was like, is there a trap door? Is he going running to the back? Like, how is he getting away so fast?
Yeah.
That was dope.
And
then just knowing where precisely to stand, so it looks like he's leaning or somebody's leaning on him. Oh, it was some great acting, guys.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like I really loved it. I very much. You're gonna get very much Tim Burton, type of vibes. Tim Burton meets Yeezus and Dark Twisted Fantasy, and I still can't remember this guy's name because there's a singer that this guy sounds like, but I can't remember their name. And all day today I was trying to find them, but I don't have it on my Spotify list because I needed to get rid of some songs, and it was one of the older songs that I had. If I get it, I'll definitely remind you guys on another episode. But like electronic, little bit of house, a little bit of dubstep in there, very little. But it was one scene I was like, oh, they about to get in some dubstep, and then it changed back up and went more synthy pop type of sound. So yeah, I mean that's what it's about right there.
So they could actually see. All right, so you guys could actually go onto YouTube and see one song which is called "The Color of Love," and it's one of their free songs that they put on their YouTube. And what you're seeing there is what you see in person. So all the colors, the literal acid trails, everything live then and there, it's a completely different experience, man. It's a lot of it was very it's very emotional, like, and it's about that, it's about emotions, and they run you through each emotion. But I feel that at times I was like, dude, I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at, but it's so fucking beautiful. It's so nice. Like, everything visually was amazing. Visually, audio was fucking on point. Everything was good.
Yeah.
Everything was fucking good. Even like while the show was going on, and they had the people come through the side sections, they never broke character. It was one of those, like, I don't know, man. It was definitely life changing for me personally, because a lot of the stuff that I was talking about, I felt like that's something that I've been going through, and I feel like that a lot of people there probably subconsciously were like, hey man, this is actually pretty fucking good. And you could relate to certain things that is said, or maybe a song, or the songs are, by the way, fucking catchy as shit.
Yeah, songs are very catchy.
Super fucking catchy. Janet actually woke up singing somebody. It was somebody, right? So it is on Spotify. Somebody. It's a really good track. It's but yeah, even like Color of Love, same thing. It's catchy.
Yeah.
So the show is 2 hours long.
Yep. 2 hours.
And for me, I was so intrigued that I didn't like think it was too long. It was just the right amount. But what did remind me that there was an intermission and that it was a little bit long was because I had to pee so fucking bad, and I didn't want to miss anything. So they even tell you go to the bathroom before, or wait till intermission. Just so you don't distract anybody, because it is very like sensory overload. A lot of flashing lights, a bunch of shit is going on. It's intense. It's pretty fucking intense. I think that something like that has to be experienced at least once.
Yeah.
Just so you could get a better appreciation of, first and foremost, the art of almost like fucking shadow play, bro, like shadow puppeteering, like legit puppeteering.
Yeah, I personally want the soundtrack. I was actually going on Spotify to see if I would see it on there, but there's a song I really liked a lot, man. It definitely gave me that Kanye vibe. It was the girl just kept saying, "Are you intimidated?" And it was just like, like just like that, more like a army type sound. I didn't get I don't remember the track that much,
right,
because it was like one of the last
the
tracks.
visual one when they were marching, right?
They're all marching. That song was fire. Don't remember it. You Hurt My Feelings, or whatever the girl kept saying over and over. Oh, I thought you said, "Are you intimidated?" Well, I mean, You Hurt My Feelings. Okay, You Hurt My Feelings. That one was fire. I just thought the overall lineup was just like amazing. If you guys go there, just keep your mind open.
Yeah,
it's gonna definitely be something where you're gonna get good acting, and kind of a dystopian type of vibe.
Yes.
Where like, imagine a society with no emotions, and if you show emotions, you're gonna get hurt. So like Genetic Opera, or just stuff like that. And hopefully my guy over here finishes one of his plays that he was writing, because it definitely gave me goosebumps thinking that, oh man, you'll play like this, bro. Like,
it's funny because, I was pretty much crying the entire time. Like, it was weird because we all go through a bunch of shit, and sometimes it's a little overwhelming, and we carry that literally on our back, and it's like everything that was said, everything that was played, was it hit me where it hurt, because I saw what I could do, and it was like, hopefully, I got to do it before I die. So that's a promise to everybody at BarChats. My opera will be done before I die.
It can definitely be done. I don't want to say nothing about it, because I'd rather me and him talk about this and get all the pieces together. Very doable now, especially after seeing that 3D, yes, where a lot of it can be digital. Now I know it can be done, because all we gotta do is get a person that does the digital aspect of it, and then some clothing for everything else. But that's not gonna be too much of anything. It's gonna be fire. Definitely gonna be fire.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I think this is gonna be the future of larger scale, like, overall productions, because it was like 7 people.
Yeah,
it was literally a crew of 7 people,
but they make it feel like there's like 40, 50 people.
It was insane,
based on the 3D images that they have, and then to have 2 main characters not even there, which which made me think, like, are they not there because they're not there? Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. But for whatever reason, it didn't matter. If they were there, it would have been cool.
No, it wasn't that it mattered. It'll just meet my curiosity. Are these people that, you know, they couldn't be there in LA? They did this at another theater. I just had a lot of questions. I just thought it was cool. I mean, because I imagine doing a show where it's like, because it made me think even deeper. Like, unless a show is just Jay, and he has a silhouette of me, a silhouette of all these other people, and he's the only actor really though. But he's talking to me as a 3D image, and he's talking to other people as a 3D image the whole time. But it's just him. I was like, that's fire. Like, I think because that you save so much money. Like, anyway, it just made me think of, like, production wise. I was like, this is pretty cool. Like, we can make this happen, bro.
So something like that, you know, it's one of those things where I've seen that, but not in 3D. So I've always been a fan of monologues, and I remember in elementary, and I will never forget this because it was one of those moments where you're like, fuck, dude, I actually see it. I'm visually seeing it, and it's just one guy. Mm-hmm. And he was Where the Wild Things Roam. Yeah. So he read Where the Wild Things Roam, but he acted everything out, and it was just one person doing 4 characters. Yeah. And it was deep. And dude, I'm a fucking kid, so like now that I go back to it in that memory, there's a reason why I remembered it, because I'm like, holy shit, that's amazing. So it's pretty much the same concept, but back then we didn't have that technology. Yeah. You know? So, but he was doing that. You know, he was having that conversation with the monsters. He was having all that, and it was up to us to visually see it in our heads. But now, thanks to fucking TikTok and all this other stuff, thanks to technology, we have the capability of putting what we see in our heads out into the open. Right. And which changes the dynamic now. So the dynamic going from, you know, your own creativity to, I'm going to show you what I think. It becomes more personal. So as an artist, it becomes more personal. As a receiver of art, it allows me to fine point what the artist was trying to say. So one thing that a lot of art critics will probably, you know, kill me for saying is that, yes, art is biased. Art is subjective. Not everybody likes the same thing. Everybody knows that, though. Right?
Yeah. Art has always been subjective.
Art.
All forms of art, comedy, all that.
It's all a lie. Like, and I say this with a very full heart because I love the art, and we're talking about an art form, you know? And I always told myself, no, the best art is Rembrandt and fucking, you know, Monet and all this other, the classics or whatever. But I'm seeing it, and I guess as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that art is not just for me and you, it's for everybody. You get me? Mm. And yeah, I think being able to do that, and the way that Cages presented their fucking masterpiece, bro, because that's what it was.
That's just dope, man. I want to be in the front next time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I need to just be all the way in. But I love the music, bro. Like, I really want to see. I would just listen to the soundtrack every day because I like. So what I was looking up, the reason I was looking down is I wanted to talk about a couple things. One thing is C.J. Barron. He's the writer. He is Wolf in Cages. So I learned a little bit more about him. He's one of the writers. He's co-writer. He's actually has done a lot of production and songs for Panic, which you guys are Panic at the Disco. I'm sure you guys have heard of. Melanie Martinez, Carly Rae, Jepsen, Mika, Britney Spears, Coin, Andrew McMahon, One, OK Rock, Bea Miller, Pentatonics, Simple Plan, Pixie, Lot, Nelly, and he was a founding member of the band Push Play. So this dude has been writing music for a very, very long time, 2006 to present. Born in Melville, New York, U.S. His genres are mainly pop rock, pop/alternative rock is what he is known for. So this dude knows what he's doing. That's why the music is so amazing. So, you know, blending what he already knows, which is music, which also goes again with what we was talking about, you actually writing a play, and then doing the theater aspect on top of it. I just think it all blends very well together, listening to it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the aesthetic, you're looking at, like, it's very Victorian.
Yeah.
So the aesthetic of it's retro, it's funky looking. There is a movie, all right, old school Nosferatus, like that's the vibe that some of the shit gave me.
Or the new one, the Hulu one.
No, I'm talking about in terms of the grainy aspect.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm not talking about like the
actual
vibe, actual.
Okay.
I'm talking about the grainy aspect. There's a movie. Oh man, there's a surrealist movie I saw, and it was very similar to that. I gotta find it, but it's a silent film. It's like silent black and white films. So you're watching a silent black and white film in color in 3D.
Tim Burton, bro.
Fucking.
It's Tim Burton.
Yeah, it's very Tim Burton-y.
Like, I could see a strong Alfred Hitchcock / Tim Burton vibe to me. You know, that's the vibe I got personally. Just because, the all black attire, just the looks of everybody, even the acting, like how it was done. It is dope, man. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, no,
it was yeah.
Oh, and all right, so I know we're not going too much into the detail of the show. If we do this, will be like
a long time.
It'll be like a 5-hour show.
With a lot of stuff going on.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But I will say, during intermission, look through the glory holes galore.
Oh yeah, definitely say that. So when you're walking in, there's like a gate that they let you go in. The gentleman's gonna let you in, or maybe somebody else at different times. I'm not sure. There's a person carving on the wall, and then if you look to the right, there's a little hole there, like an eye peephole type of thing. Just look in it. That's all I'll say. I ain't gonna say what's in there, but check it out. That's dope.
Lovers will be punished. Lovers will be punished.
They will.
After the show, you could go ahead and explore the chemist tavern. You could also go into the laboratory, and there's props that you could go ahead and touch and move around and stuff, which is actually really cool.
And I was actually able to take some pictures after the fact. I didn't take a lot. I tried to be respectful. They didn't really want a lot, but I'll post some of those up as well.
Yeah, so it was definitely fun. It was one of those things where you can, it's very interactive, super interactive. It is 21 and over, so you can't take your kids.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Honestly,
bro.
I would have loved to take my daughter to that, man. I think Anissa would have. I don't think the other two kids would, but I think Anissa would have enjoyed it. She liked music like me, so we just listen to music all the time. But it was nothing about it that I wouldn't have her see. Like, it was really nothing going on the
right.
show.
It wasn't crazy.
It's just literally the liquor. That's the only reason.
But I'm glad, because the last thing I would want is to hear a crying baby.
Oh, no babies, but I'm talking about, like, I think,
No, but if you don't put an
teenager,
if you don't put an age restriction, they're gonna bring their fucking kids.
No, you put 13 and up or something.
Yeah, that might work.
That was pretty PG-13 to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or even rated G.
What I'm curious about, I wonder if their show changes.
Well, I feel that it might, because one video I saw, which was a different video, I felt like was completely different than what I saw on the show. You didn't feel the same way?
Well, the colors I knew was gonna happen, and then
music.
There
were some things that were different that I saw on this snippet that I saw.
Well, because look, if
but I know that was an old one.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it does
so
happen.
Like
so
back
it's like
in the day.
it happens in London.
So yeah, maybe it does. Maybe it changes up.
The boy with the red heart. So that's the whole concept.
Yeah, that's,
you know.
Yeah.
Visuals are fucking amazing, bro. Visuals are so good.
I hope maybe the song's on here. I don't know.
Is it the violin with the piano kind of super synthy?
It was the last song.
So I don't want to play it because we are.
No,
on
play.
YouTube.
I just want to know if it's there, and then I'll be listening to it.
No, I'll play it after. We'll play it after.
Okay,
All right, yeah, we don't want to get banned. We can't afford to get banned again. Fucking YouTube.
You know what? Hey, I want to talk about that. So I'm definitely I'm going on a whole nother topic, honestly. So I was watching this show, it was talking about the Drake album, right? And me and Anissa were just laughing about it because I wanted somebody to talk shit about that terrible album. And yes, I said that terrible album that he just put out. And so they talk, and these are Drake fans, and yes, I actually like Drake too, but the album was trash. So anyway, they get on and they're all excited, and this is like a group of like 6 guys, right? And they're like, what the fuck is going on? They was talking shit the whole album, right? But they kept going. I personally stopped at like the 6th track or the 7th track. They kept going. They actually got to the end. Towards the end, there's 2 amazing tracks that have nothing to do with the album. It's like going from like a person that does rock, and then at the last 2 songs are hip hop, for like only hip hop, like not a blend, just hip hop only. You'll be like, what the fuck? Like, we just been doing nothing but rock songs over here, and now all of a sudden it's just all hip hop. That's how it was. It's like dance song, straight up hip hop, rapping, lyrics, no dance song, like, period. Anyways, they were playing the whole fucking album. So fuck you, YouTube, because they literally played every single track from the beginning to the end, and that shit is still up right fucking now, bro.
That's some bullshit.
I am not lying to you.
That's some
okay?
bullshit.
I'm not a tattletale. I'm not going to say who that is, but this is what they do. They literally review albums. That's part of their show, and they played the whole album. How are they not getting kicked the fuck off like we did, bro, for playing one fucking song? Anyways, I just had to get off of that because I was laughing about them talking so much shit about the album. Then I thought about it. Ain't I watching this shit on YouTube? And then I was like, didn't I just get kicked off for playing one song? Yeah, no. They played a whole album and it's still up right now. Did not get banned. Great views on that show episode, by the way. And I know they not fucking paying Drake to play the album. There's no fucking way they're paying Drake to play the whole fucking album on YouTube. I guarantee you they're not paying him. So I'm just saying.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, bro. It didn't look like, I mean, they do have good numbers, but it wasn't like way up here numbers, bro, where like, oh, they're like Joe Rogan or some shit. Like, nah.
Right.
So they not paying him to say that stuff. But anyway.
So yeah, fuck you, YouTube.
That I can say. I know you can't kick me off of that.
Yeah, you can't. You really can't.
You know what I'm saying? You can't kick me off of that shit
as much as I want.
Yeah, so cause I think that's trash, man. That we always trying to censor what we're playing because we don't know if we're gonna get kicked off or not. And they're playing full length songs, bro.
Yeah.
Title, name of the like, nah, bro.
I'm upset. I'm upset. And so much so that my stomach is upset. I'm gonna take a shit. So with that
being said,
no matter what you do,
or where you go,
sip something.